Greetings and salutations, and we're back with, well, I say we're back, but this is the first portion of the Cataclysm Card review. Now, this is the mechanics and stuff that comes out. Now, what you have is you're going to have Colossals. They brought them back. They used to have them in, um, I almost want to say like Throne of the Tides expansion, but I know that's not the name of it. It was it dealt with a lot of the underwater and a lot of the sea thing. Um, Sunken City, Journey to the Sunken City, or whatever. That's what it was. They had Colossals. Um, you had things like Glug and so on and so forth. But this is bringing back Colossals as dragons, and we're gonna go through starting with the Rogue and all the way down. And they also brought back a mechanic, and I say brought back, it's an adjacent mechanic. They used to have Invoke, and you had to invoke Galacrond, right? And that was with Descent of Dragons and specifically Descent of Dragons, but that was in the block with I almost want to say the what were they called? Was it Saviors of Oldham and then the other one? But the Saviors of Oldham. Anyway, it was Descent of Dragons that they had invoked Galacron, and they kind of brought that back, but now it's called Herald, and now you herald both your Colossal and Deathwing. And you also have the Shatter sets, which they haven't really delved too much into the Shatter sets yet. But it's an interesting card. It's an interesting look at things. Anyway, we're going to start out with Rogue. Sinestro. As you know, the Shadow Step rotated. Not right yet, but it's going to rotate with this coming out. It's going to rotate. So you're not going to be able to bounce this to your hand for 0. You'll have to play the 2-mana one that gives you a 4/4 Spider. And if this gets pulled out with Dirty Rat, these are all things that have been answered. If this gets pulled out with Dirty Rat, you do get the appendages with it. So just so you know that. So Colossal 2, your spells from other classes cast twice. They also remove tests, so remember that. And summon your Colossal appendage as a soldier upgrade to heal them, upgrade them every 2 heralds. And you can see here you have Sinestra's Wing, which is when someone get another random spell from another class, it gets 1/1. It costs 1 less, and you get another one for both wings. So you get 2 spells; they cost 1 less, and when you upgrade, not only do they cost 2 less, 3 less, and 4 less, because you can only upgrade twice, I believe. You have to herald 4 times. You upgrades it twice, and it goes from 1 to 2, 2 to 4. And then the stats go from 1 to 2, 2 to 4. So you'll have 2 4/4 wings. Sinestra as a 5/5, and you get 2 spells that cost 4 less that cast twice. Is it a good card? All depends on the pool, the spell pool, because you have a chance that you can low roll, right? Now, if you're playing Rogue, I could see you like kind of trying to slot this into like a burn Rogue, where you effectively try to burn the enemy down before it gets to late game. Maybe you want to run it into like a Thief Rogue with like Deja Vu / Nightmare Fuel. Maybe. You could potentially see some value with Imbue, but I really don't see the Imbue value here. This is going to be more like Thief Rogue, like trying to really focus on getting spells from other classes and then abusing that mechanic of the Colossal. It's to me, it's okay. It's okay. Maniacal Follower, which by the way, it gives you. You'll see here on this one. This one's a 3-mana 3/1 Stealth Death Rattle Herald Sinestra. Which, by the way, if you generate this card with somebody else, say you're playing like Warrior, and it says generate a minion with a Dark Gift, right? Like you play the 2-mana minion, and it says generate a 3-mana minion. This can be in the pool, and it will say Herald Ragnaros or whoever. So just so you know, that the name down here changes with whoever you're heralding. And if you've heralded and you end up generating Sinestra or Ragnaros or something like that, that also gets the heralds, just so you know. but it has Death Rattle, it has Stealth, and you get the Soldier. Soldier of Sinestra also functions just like the Wing. You get it when you herald. So when you herald one, you will get the first one, which is a 1/1, gives you a spell cost 1 less. You herald twice, so on and so forth. So when he dies, it pops out a soldier. Rite of Twilight, 2 mana, Herald Sinestra, combo, deal 3 damage. Now, like I said about Burn Rogue, you could put this in a Burn Rogue package. Would you want this in a Burn Rogue package? Maybe. There needs to be, I think, between Morchi, the Infinity cards that came out, the Sands of Time is what they're called. They're a 1 mana card, and it's right now currently going on in an event. I think there's 6 days left in the event or whatever. But you get Hourglass, and it says for 1 mana, discover a spell. If you rewind, it's from your class. So you can discover spells that way. So you can get value that way. Maniacal Follower, if you think about it, you play him, you herald, you get your thing. Would you want to run that in a Burn Rogue deck, though? A 3/1? I mean, you're going to trade up, right? So they play like a 2/3 or something. If they play a 4 mana that has 3 toughness, you're going to want to trade into it. So, anyway, combo, deal 3 damage. Not bad. I mean, you can prep into it, makes it 0. Herald your Sinestra. You could just play it for 2 just to herald the Sinestra, and then you get the Soldier. So this is a 2 mana, get a 1/1. Or potentially, if it's your second herald, 2 mana, get a 2/2. And then you're talking, a 2/2 that generates a spell that costs 2 less. For 2, that's not, it's not hateful, but you really want to play it for the combo, I guess. Stolen Power. Get a random Shatter card from another class that's already combined. So how Shatter works is when the Shatter card comes into your hand, it splits into 2 halves. Like the Zolototh or whatever demon for Demon Hunter that says get a left hand and right half, and when they meet in the middle, it explodes for 5 damage across the board, right? This, when you get a Shatter card, splits it to the left and to the farmost left and farmost right sides of your hand. When you put it back together, you get both effects of the Shatter card for 1 cost. Now you can play the Shatter effects separately, which is cool because then it's not really hurting you because it gives you situational card play. But then it turns around and you can put them together and do this. So, this makes it make sure that the Shatter card that comes into your hand is already combined, which is you're already 1 step ahead of the game for 3 mana. And it's from another class, so it leans into the whole Sinestra. I mean, you're probably gonna see Thief Spell Rogue. It's probably gonna be called like Burn Rogue, which is where you just burn your enemy down. I'll be running a Burn Rogue with Cinder Sword and Dark Gifts and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this is gonna be pretty good. I mean, you're always gonna get value out of it because every Shatter card's not gonna be detrimental. So. Why is that there? Should not be there. Oh, wait, because... Never mind. The neutrals are at the end. So it'll probably fill in the neutrals. Anyhow. Marithra of the Dream. 8 mana, 4/12. This is Druid. Has Battle Cry. Fill your hand with random dragons. If you spent 25 mana while holding this, they cost 1. Problem is you have to have it in your hand to get the benefit. So if it's in your opening hand, you don't want to throw it back. As you throw it back, you're not going to get the dragon reduction, and you're not going to get any mana spent on it. If you draw this on curve, you're never going to play it. It'll just be an 8 mana 4/12 that just kind of sits in your hand lurking there, unless you go into an extreme value game on turn like 11, 12, 13. I don't see a current Druid deck that would want to run this. There's no Druids really delaying to that end. Like, if you're running Quest Druid, you're trying to fill your board 3 times and nuke the player from space, right? If you're playing Treant Druid or Nature Druid, Imbue Druid, You're just trying to make a larger and larger man, as Day 9 once put it. So why on earth would you want to run this? I mean, you'd have to have it in your hand in order to get the benefit. Now, if they made this, if you spent 40 mana, and not say 40 mana while holding this, just 40 mana, they cost 1. Big difference. You'd want to run it in almost as an auto include. But the way it's sitting right now, this might see some play, but I just don't see it. I don't see where they would want to play it. You might get a meme out of it like, oh hey, I generated a whole bunch of 10/10 Drakes or Briar's Thorn Drakes and they all cost 1. I don't see it. I honestly don't see it. Brood Watcher. Battlecry, get 2 whelps, 2 3/3 whelps with taunt. If you spend 8 mana while holding this, summon them. So you get your little 3/3 whelps. I mean, if nothing else, it's a 4 mana 4/5. It's basically a Chillwind Yeti, right? And you get 2 3/3 taunts in your hand that you can use at a later date. If you are doing like Quest Druid, and this is in your opening hand, you hold it, curve into it on 4 or 5, you drop this, it can potentially fill your board and allow you to finish your quest, allow you to play it, and then curve into your Colossal on the next turn or the turn after. I think it'll see some play in a lot of Druid decks. I honestly do. I mean, it's going to give you a minor tempo swing. I mean, if you really think about it, right? Because you're going to get, 10, 11 stats on board. 10 attack, 11 toughness worth of stats on board. 2 of which people have to trade into. I think it's decent. I don't think you're going to see it in like Chrono Druid. I think Druid's going to be in a really weird spot in this expansion. Unless the rest of the Druid package really leans in heavy into Quest Druid, it's going to be in a really weird spot. Like their Colossal is really good for Quest. Fellwood Treant. Now this is going to fit in right with the Treant deck, the Trees deck. Which, by the way, I also heard Bob is rotating, so I have to remove that from my decks. Noted. Fellwood Treant. You gain a temporary mana crystal if you spent 4 mana while holding this. It's permanent. So you Battlecry this, 2 mana 2/2. If you've spent 4 mana, it's permanent. And you get a mana crystal. It's just wild growth with extra steps. That's what it is. But let me tell you, I think this card is going to see play in every single Druid list. Every Druid list. And I meet that. It's going to go in my Treant Druid. My Imbue Treant Druid. Because I play usually 4 mana worth of spells before turn 2. Because I could just Innervate, which just costs nothing. But then I can Hornet Plenty, which costs 2. Give me another spell, which is now discounted. Coin, Innervate, play another Hornet Plenty. Boom. He's going to give me everything I need. But it allows them to actually curve into something that they can actually use. If nothing else, it gives them a temporary mana crystal that they can use. And sometimes it's that extra mana that you want. So this expands your... So let's say you're on turn 4. You have 2 cards you want to play. You want to play this, and you want to play, 2 cards, this, 3 mana, and something else. So you play this, get an extra mana crystal, play the 3 mana. So now you're getting 2 on board instead of 1 on board, so the value is still there. I still think it's going to be run in every single Druid. 100%. Well, there's some of the neutral cards. Okay. Sticky Bomb Saboteur. Battlecry, give your opponent a 2-cost Sabotage card. 2-cost Sabotage. Cards next to it cost 1 more. So you basically are jamming this card into their hand and making them spend more money. Oh, not more money, but more mana. Because even then, they have to get rid of the Sabotage. They have to spend 2 mana to get rid of the Sabotage. So you're slowing them down. Which is great. Imagine getting this on a Dark Gift. Dark Gift Battlecries proc twice. Ugh. I think it's going to have a niche. I think it's going to find its way And readjust my chair. I think it's going to find its way into a few decks. If nothing else, it's just going to be a pain. Like rogues would want to run this. Bounces to their hand for 2 with the sticky web tunnel or whatever. And you pay 2, bounce it to your hand, and get a 4/4 spider with stealth, and play it again. Not to mention you have that the torch saboteur too. That's in core, I believe. Carrier Whelp. 1 mana, 1/2, battlecry, get a random dragon that costs 3 or less. Related cards, Accelerated Whelp. Let's see how that's a related card. Maybe that's the dragon you get. Then it's not random. Anyway, not bad for a 1-drop. I mean, you're getting value out of it. Shadowed Informant. Battlecry, discover a spell from your class. Swaps class each turn. Battlecry, discover a spell, swaps class each turn. So yeah. So this could be run in Discover Mage. This could be run in the Spell Rogue. This is going to be run in probably a few decks. You'd almost want to run this in almost every single deck, wouldn't you? Right? Especially if you swaps a class and you're like, oh wait, I can get a Death Knight spell, and you're playing, say, Demon Hunter. You can then get like leeches, or like Frost Strike, or Crypt Map. And Crypt Map allows you to get more frost spells. It has potential. I mean, 2 mana 2/2, it's stats for the cost, but you're discovering. So if you're playing Discover Mage, it's there, and it's giving you spells, which has the potential to get you more, I guess, more stuff. Potentially more board clear. Dracodon Mongrel. Death Rattle, summon 2 random 4-cost minions. 7 mana, 8/6 dragon. Summons 2 4-costs. I don't think anybody's going to actually play it. In Arena, this would go bonkers. Because, I mean, you're thinking, most Arena games generally, on average, will take longer because they're not pre-con, they're not constructed, you're just kind of winging it. But if you're getting 2 extra 4-costs out of this, I mean, you're going to be over the moon. You can also discover this with Reborn as a Dark Gift. So you're talking 4 minions that are 4-cost. It's not a bad card. I mean, all things considered, you could evolve into this too if you're playing like Imbue Shaman. And I don't mean in Arena. In Standard, if you're playing Imbue Shaman, if you evolve into this, you're gonna be pretty pleased. Because it's an 8/6. Not bad. I mean, it's not the best. You wouldn't run it in a deck. Like, you won't slot this card into a deck unless you're playing Arena. Warrior wouldn't even want to run it. Not even Dragon Warrior. So, you're talking... If you generate this card, it's not... If you generate this card, I think you're not going to be stoked about it. I think you're just going to be sitting there kind of bummed out that you could have gotten a better dragon, and this is the one you got. You're going to be looking at it like Charlie Brown looking in his Halloween bag saying, I got a rock. There you go. Arena card, yes. Great Shaman Evolve, also yes. Because then you're evolving from a 4-mana minion and then into this. It's just value at that point. Scaled Lancer, all enemy minions have taunt. Why would you play this? I mean, 4 mana 6/6, giving all enemy minions taunt. I guess there is some gamesmanship that can be played. Like, they're playing a card and they have a body on board that's got taunt, and you want to kill that one specific thing. Like Cookie, the Murloc for Shaman, the Demon Hunter Tourist card. And you want to kill that because you don't want to have the Shaman to keep getting it, recycling its minions. So, you target, you drop Scaled Lancer, everything has taunt, you nuke Cookie, and then swing. Like, you just swing into Cookie and then swing into the rest. It's got potential. I don't know. It's hard telling. Kind of fun though. And because it's not a battle cry, all enemy minions have taunt, you could technically silence this. Like, you could technically play it, silence it. There's potential there. If Priest gets a low cost silence card, there's potential there. But other than that, I mean, I could see where the gamesmanship of playing this to swing into something like that doesn't normally have taunt. You force it to have taunt so you can kill it. You know, so that people can't build a board around it and block it. You know what I mean? Earthen Drake. At the end of your turn, deal 4 damage to the enemy hero. Yeah, that's not going to go poorly at all. Let me just play him and then play a location that copies him and then play the Zenajari location that copies him. And now you're taking 12 damage at the end of my turn. Sure. Seems legit. I mean, you have to answer this card, though, right? You can't leave it up. A good arena card. I mean, stellar arena card. 5 mana, 4/4. You're guaranteed the 4 damage. That's never going away because the moment you play this, you're going to get the damage at the end of the turn. If you can somehow get Deus into this on like turn 12 with a location and copy it, you're talking 8-16 damage just by having that. But that's very elaborate. Again, you play it on 5. They have to answer it, otherwise they're going to keep eating damage. And if you put it and you developed a board with a couple of taunts, you can put it behind the taunts, and now you're talking this damage is accruing. This is not something you want to. This is not something your opponent wants. So they're gonna have to kill it. I don't think it's bad. I really don't. I could see somebody slotting this in for players play some taunts. They've only got 4 life left. You drop an Earthen Drake, end turn, laugh at them. Seems legit. I mean, I kind of like it. I don't know how good it's going to be. In Arena, it's going to go nuts. In Standard, you're going to have to answer it, otherwise you're just going to get punished. It could slot into Dragon Warrior pretty good, too. It's 5 mana, 4/4. It's an Elemental Dragon. Just slot that also into Elemental Shaman. And Elemental Mage. 3 mana, Darkscale Broodmother. 4/3, Battlecry. If you're holding a dragon, refresh 2 mana crystals. So effectively it costs 1. So you're paying 3, you're getting 2. That's not bad. So you're effectively paying 1 mana. Dark Gifted with a double Battle Cry, you're gaining a mana. I could see where this would. I mean, for a 3 mana 4/3 in and of itself, you'd want to run this in almost any list. Almost any. Because you're gonna get most of the mana back. So I mean, it's another one of those. It's a great arena card. Like you run this in Arena, I would grab this any time in Arena. I don't play much Arena, but I would still take this because, again, you play it for 3, you get 2 back. Whatever. It's not bad. It's not bad. It may see its way into a few lists just because you want to refresh the mana crystals, get a body on board for cheap. It's also great to just use it as a corpse generator, because then it dies, like in Death Knight. You just play it, get a corpse, laugh at it, whatever, because you got mana crystals for funsies. 8 mana, 3/7, Bronze Keeper. At the end of your turn, summon a 6/6 Elemental Dragon with Divine Shield. For 8. It's a decent 8-drop to evolve into. It's a decent 8-drop to discover. There's a couple of cards that say discover an 8-drop. I'm not talking about delayed product or whatever. There's a couple others. You could technically discover this off Solitude for Demon Hunter, too. Then it costs 6. then you're really happy. It's not, I mean, I like it. I like it a lot. 6/6 with elemental dragon with divine shield. I can see it. I can see it. Again, this is definitely an arena card. Definitely an arena card, especially if you can somehow conjure it out of nowhere. But if you could discover an 8-cost minion or somehow manage to evolve into this, you're now evolving into basically 6/6 worth of stats. That's crazy. Plus the 3/7. It's kind of crazy. Grand Giant, 9 mana. This minion's cost is reduced by the cost of the last card you played. Oh. The original cost or the reduced cost? So, effectively speaking, if I play, say, like Giant Rafam into Grand Giant, is that possible? Because Giant Rafam costs 10 originally, or it costs 8, I should say. But then it gets reduced for each other Rafam you play. So, could I just do it that way? I don't see why anybody would want to play this. It seems like a really bad card. Like, really bad. I mean, you're playing on curve, right? Let's look at it realistically. You're playing on curve. You get to turn 7. You drop a 7 mana card, doesn't matter what. Look, Purifying Flames, for example, in a Paladin. Are you looking forward to dropping this on turn 8 for 2 mana? Leaving yourself 6 open mana? But for what? An 8/8 body? When was the last time a big meatball did anything? I don't know. This card seems really bad. Really, really bad. Ajara Ocean Lord, Demon Hunter. Colossal 2, your hero has Wind Fury. 8 mana, 8/8. Right? Ajara's Tentacle. When summoned, so it'd be a 2/1, and then it becomes a 4/2, and then it becomes an 8/4. When summoned, give your hero +1 attack this turn. Herald twice to upgrade. There's no way that becomes an 8/4. Because it has to go to a 4/2. It has to go to a 3/2 and then a 4/3. Has to. But even then, your attack goes up to 4. And you get 2 of them. So then your attack's up to 8. Plus Wind Fury, that's 16. Maybe they said it goes up to 8 and then your attack becomes 16 times 2 is 32. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think it's 8 times 2 becomes 16 or something like that. Anyway. I don't know what they're thinking, right? I mean, I get it. They kind of want to do, like, attack Demon Hunter, like, weapon Demon Hunter. But I don't get it. If you're playing Demon Hunter right now, you're playing basically Spell Demon Hunter, which can generate like 5 boards worth of creatures and usually curves out around turn 7. And I mean that realistically. It just curves out around turn 7. Because you're looking at what? Eternal Hold into... So you play Eternal Hold on 6, you wait, you click it, get a demon, play the demon for 0, play Welcome Home, open the location, click it, play a second demon for 0, play Welcome Home again, click it, use up your location, summon a third demon for 0, and get 2 3-mana Death Rattle minions. Or from the Death Rattle, 2 3-mana minions. So now you've got a board of absolute slaughter on turn 6. Most people just concede at this point. Or on turn 7. You could technically play it on 6. You could do the whole combo on 6 if you go second and you still have the coin in your hand. You coin out the Eternal Hold and then do the Welcome Home on 6. Unless somebody's actually running, Demolition Renovator, which most people aren't, there's no way they're going to counter that strategy. And if you're playing Spell Demon Hunter, you'd rather just play spells. Like, I could see where there's a slot for this. Maybe if you're playing just Curve Demon Hunter. But why would you? I don't know. It seems too slow. It seems too slow with too many hoops to jump through for your standard Demon Hunter. Right? Because your standard Demon Hunter right now, with my Demon Hunter that I have, which is Spell Demon Hunter, It's my Spell Demon Hunter made for what's coming out. And there are some spells in here that I would add to Spell Demon Hunter and remove some old spells. But nevertheless, there's no way I would ever run this. Even if I could run one minion, I still wouldn't run this. Doesn't make any sense. Spell Infusion. This is one of the spells I'm going to run. Herald Ajara, your hero has lifesteal this turn. If I'm not running Ajara, why would I run this? Well, A, your hero has lifesteal. That's number one. Number two, it's a fel spell. With fel spells, you can then play the fel spell and get... you play Hive Map and generate this. But Deathwing, the hero portrait, is for Demon Hunter. And that works on the Herald system as well. Even if I don't Herald more than twice, I only get one upgrade to Deathwing, which gives me 2 Cataclysms instead of 1. Why wouldn't I? I'll just run that as the cap out. Like, oh, I get to turn 10 and I'm kind of running out of gas. I drop the Deathwing and just poo on them. Because I have already heralded twice with Fel Infusion. Then hold on to a Hive Map and get a third, and then just activate my Deathwing's ability to get 5 extra attack and then get 5 life back. This is a really good card. It's going to go crazy in Arena, but it's a solid card. I would run this in almost every single Demon Hunter list. Flash Flood, 5 mana, 5 damage to your opponent's left and right, both minions. Outcast, do it again. And it's a fel spell. So you're talking 10 damage to 2. You're talking 5 and 5, and then 5 and 5 if you outcast it. Your chances of outcasting it are fairly high, especially if you discover it off of Fel Map. If you off of Hive Map, because it's a fel spell, you discover it. Hey, look, it's outcast, and they're dead. Cute color text. Beep beep beep. Cataclysm weather alert in your area. But yeah, this is gonna be almost like an auto include in every single Demon Hunter set. It's board clear, and you can outcast it, and you can get mana reduction on it. It's gonna be in almost every single Demon Hunter list. It's gonna be in my Spell Demon Hunter list. I'll just say that. Sigil of the Seas. This is also going in my Demon Hunter list, by the way. At the start of your next turn, summon a Naga with Taunt, a 3/3 Naga with Taunt, and it's also a fel spell. So again, Hive Map. Get this, play it. Get another spell. Yeah, that's just insanity. Play this on 1, and by turn 2, you've got a 3/3 Taunt, which already sets the tempo of the opponent losing. Dread Leviathan. Taunt Battlecry. It's a 9 mana, 9/6. Funny number. Choose an enemy minion to steal 3 health from 3 times. Now, we were told by a lot of people that if you choose a minion with 2 health, you only get 2 health. It only gets 2 health. If you choose a minion with 1 health, it only gets 1 health. You can choose 3 separate minions. You could choose the same minion 3 times. That's how it works. But is it any good? You're talking a 9 mana, 9/15. It's a beast. Does Eternal Hold say the next minion you play costs 0, or does it say the next demon you play? Because if it says the next minion you play, if you conjure this off of Solitude, it's going to cost 7. And then you play another Solitude, it's going to cost 5. You play this on 5, everyone's pulling their hair out. Because Solitude reduces the cost of all minions in hand by 2. And I don't know what they were thinking when they made that card either. That's just crazy. Do I think it's going to see play? I mean, it's probably going to see a lot of play in, like, Arena. As a 9/6, though, just as a 9/6, let's say you get Dirty Ratted out of your hand or something. Devastating if they Dirty Ratted on, like, turn 2. It'd be absolutely devastating. They'd probably concede on the spot. Because they'd be so far behind in tempo and everything, because you could just keep trading in, or they'd have to keep trading into it. You could just keep developing a board behind it, so it's one of those. For 9 mana, I don't think you're going to see a lot of people play it. You're going to see a lot of people generate it. Like, you're going to see this pop up for, like, Evolve Shaman. You're going to see a lot of it pop up for being generated with just said it like less than 2 minutes ago. Solitude. You're going to see it generated with Solitude. And when it gets generated with Solitude, people are going to get sick of seeing this card at 5 mana. Yeah. Especially if they have 2 Solitudes. The first one generates this, and then the second one reduces it to 5, and they curve this out on 5. You're just going to go and just concede. Other than that, I don't think it's that good of a card. You could just maybe slot one of them in to get the proper curve from, like... Is there any 0-cost cards in Demon Hunter? No. You could curve this into a Demon Hunter list that goes 1 to 10 with Elise. This is your 9 cost. But then why would you want to run this instead when you can run Ysera and just get extra mana? I don't see anybody playing it. Armored Bloodletter, 3/1 Rush, Battlecry, Herald of Azhara. And it gives you a Soldier of Azhara. When summoned, your hero gets 1 attack this turn. So that's also the other thing. When you're running the 2 whatever, right? Give my hero Lifesteal, Herald of Azhara. I get the Soldier of Azhara, even if I don't have Azhara in my deck. So it puts a body on board, gives me attack, and gives me Lifesteal. Why wouldn't I run 2 of them in a Spell Demon Hunter deck? This is why I don't think anybody's going to run Azhara. Arisen Anexia. Now, this is what I was talking about the other day. This is exactly the thing I was talking about the other day. I said that Blood Death Knight keeps getting support, and I asked why. Why is it Blood Death Knight keeps getting support? They don't need it. They're plenty strong enough. Even with everything rotating, they're still plenty strong enough, and then they get this thing. Colossal 2, when your hero will lose health on your turn, gain that much health instead. Max health instead. So effectively what you do is you equip a weapon and you hold on to it and you don't swing with it, like the Staff of the Endbringer or something like that. Or you equip a weapon, a dirt cheap weapon in Paladin on turn 8. Runeblade or whatever. Plagued Runeblade. Turn 9 rolls around, there's this thing on the board. You take your Death Knight and you swing it into the heaviest hitting minion on the opposite side and proceed to heal yourself, and not heal yourself, but gain X amount of max health. They didn't think this through, did they? And then, of course, in the Anexia's Wings, say, when summoned, you get a random 2-cost minion that costs health in this turn. Herald twice to upgrade, so it goes 2 to 4 to 8. And these go 1 to 2 to 4. So you'll have 2 4/4 wings. And you can gain 16 health straight away. So, broken. Gruesome Nightmare. It's a 3/3 beast. Battlecry, give a minion in your hand or battlefield attack equal to this minion's attack. So you play this, you battlecry it, you target a thing in your hand to give it attack. Not bad, but not good. It's another one of those arena cards. You might see this run once or twice in, say, a Death Knight list, where they want to buff something in their hand that they know they're going to, like the Hollow Dire Horn. You know what I mean? The one that says Rush, Death Rattle. No, it says Rush, and then it has an ability that says if you spent 3 corpses this turn, or if something died this turn, spend 3 corpses, give it Reborn. You might want to give it extra attack. That's about it. I don't see where you would put this on anything else. Really, I don't. Pardon me. Not even on this. Chromatic Broodmother. It's an undead dragon, 2/5 rush. Whenever this attacks, refresh mana crystals equal to this minion's attack. So, there's only one use for this card, and you may see a pairing with this card. You may see Gruesome Nightmare battle crying onto him, maybe 2 of them battle crying onto him, but then you run Imbue Death Knight. And Imbue Death Knight, you drop this, it ends up having a 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 3 is 8. You spend 4, you have like 8 or 10 mana, you spend the rest of your mana, you swing with this, you refresh your mana, and then continue to nuke the board. You may be able to even play a second one of these and do the same thing. Problem is with the Death Knight Imbue is it only works on the first undead you play. So you can't have a really crazy turn and make the Imbue power any good. You can't really make it go crazy. So it's just, you might see people using this just to generate mana crystals. You might even see a Rainbow Death Knight, 1 blood, 1 frost, 1 unholy, but then that's abandoning Anexia, which she's a blood rune card, so Hematurge could just as easily discover her, because you can discover the Colossals. So there's the potential. I mean, I think this card will see play in Arena. I think this card's going to see play in almost every single Death Knight deck, just because it refreshes mana crystals. That's the only reason. Outside of that, I don't think anybody's going to touch it. I mean, you're going to see it in like I said, in almost every single Death Knight deck. Like, unless they're using it like, I don't even think you're going to see Imbue around it. But if you did, I'd be surprised. All right. Experimental animation. Herald. Deal 4 damage to all enemy minions. For 6. So what you've got now, and it also summons a Soldier of Anexia, which says, when summoned, get a random 2-cost minion costs health this turn, so you can play the random 2-cost minion and get health, and actually you'd lose health. But unless you're heralding after Anexia is out, then you'd gain health. But if you're doing this, you could clear the board, play this, summons this guy, which puts something on the board, and then gives you a minion in hand, which you can then pay health to get. Of course, they're losing Corpse Explosion, so they needed a board clear, but this is just like Boon of Blansamdi on steroids. And it heralds Anexia. And that works with your Deathwing. That's going to be run in every single Anexia Blood Death Knight. Lifesteal, Battlecry, Herald Anexia. 4 mana, 2/5. Obsessive Technician. Again, it's gonna be run in the Herald package. You're gonna see a lot of Herald Death Knights. Blood's just gonna be way too strong. They're gonna have to nerf something again. Probably leeches. Because you're gonna have leeches with this. You're never gonna kill them. You're just never gonna kill them. They're gonna get established by turn 4, turn 5. You're just never gonna get ahead, and then you're just dead. Mark my words. Year of the Death Knight is gonna be what it's called. They're gonna nerf a lot of these cards. You watch. 2 mana, 2/2. After your hero attacks, give a random friendly minion to attack. Wouldn't be bad if it was give a random friendly minion in your hand to attack. Command Claw delete. So what's the line here? You play your Drake, your 4 mana Drake. You give your 2 mana Claw, your 4 mana Drake that has 5 attack because you've already curved into the 3 mana Nightmare, and you targeted the Drake. So you play your Drake, you swing with your Command Claw, give your Drake the +2 attack, get 7 mana back, and then effectively dump the next part of your hand. Maybe. You know what else I'm not seeing? I'm not seeing a lot of corpse generation or a lot of corpse spending. So Tyrax got ignored. Black Blood, Colossal 3. After you restore health to a character, attack a random enemy minion. Black Blood's Body. At the end of your turn, restore 3 health to a random damaged friendly character. And this is, that would become 3, and then it becomes even higher, I think. You get 3 of those, that's 9 health. Even if it's not 9 health. That's attack a random enemy minion. If it was attack a random enemy, you'd be fine. Maybe they put this in for, like, the Shade Leaf, the Wither Leaf support. You know what I mean? That Wither Leaf elemental thing that when you healed something, it attacked it. But this says after you restore health to a character. So this functions differently than the other one. So how does that work? If this, let's say this one restores health to your body. Okay, let's say it restores health to you. Black Blood goes and swings. Now, he's the only damaged character. This heals, he goes and swings. This heals, he goes and swings. And it's going to be Control Priest. I would slot this into my Control Priest deck straight away. 7 mana. He doesn't have lifesteal, but 7 mana, and I get the potential of being healed. I'd slot it in. I'd probably run Deathwing in my Priest, too. Volcanos. 7 mana, 4/8 elemental mage, colossal 2. At the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to all other minions. Bloom of Volcanos. Whenever this takes damage, get a random fire spell. It costs 3 less. There's a problem with this card. It sucks. Because you take a look at the fire pool. The fire spell pool. This is why it sucks. The spell pool of fire is Fireball, Flame Strike, Hellfire, the draw card one from from Emerald Dream, especially after rotation. The one from Warrior that does 2 damage, generate a dark minion. I think there's another one from Warrior that's a fire spell. There's Overheat from a Druid. There's the Burning Ascent from Priest. There might be one from Paladin. There's a couple from Shaman. There's the Lava one, which is really good. Lava Flow. That's a really good card for Shaman. And then the one that gives Elementals +1/+1. And it does 4 damage. And you could go 4 damage to face. That's Fire Breathing or whatever. There's only like 10 spells in the entirety of the fire pool. And you're going to get 2 of them, and they're going to cost 3 less. Now you got to find a way to either heal your plumes or bounce this to your hand and play it again. I don't get it. This is like Baron Geddon. It's like a value Geddon. That's what it is. It's value Geddon. It's the extra value Geddon. But are you going to be happy getting these spells? Probably not. I mean, at most you're going to get what? 2, 3, 4, maybe 6 spells? Maybe? You'd be better off just pinging this. You'd be better off just like pinging it, getting a spell for 2, ending your turn, getting another couple spells, pinging another one, get another spell for 2, let this happen and get 2 more. Yeah, sure, but where are you going to have the mana to cast all these spells? I mean, it makes 1 mana fireballs. The Eternal Firebolt is also another one. That's in Priest and in Mage. So it'll generate those too, and those will be free. But like again, what are you gonna do with them? I don't get it. I don't think it's that good. You might see some weird combo mage out of it, but I'm not seeing it. Wicker Fang. This is the one I was talking about. Now, I'm going to make a quest. This is going to be my 6-drop. Elise is going to be my 4-drop. Quest is a 1-drop. I need a 2, 3, 4. I already have a 4. 2, 3, 5, 6. Which is right there. The 7-drop. 8-drop. Ysera. And then I need a 10-drop. Probably some ungodly thing. I might even throw Zinajari in there. I play Elise and make a 1-mana location. Make a 1/1 copy of something. Because whenever you copy a Colossal, or whenever anything like that happens, it summons its appendages. So you throw the Elise location out there. Wicker Fang, Elise. Well, if you're one of Wicker Fang's legs gain stats, this gains them too. At the end of your turn, gain 1/1, 1/1, 1/1, 1/1. It's Colossal 4. This takes up 5 slots on the board. You can play this on 6 with 2 minions out there, and now you have your quest. If your quest is complete, you play this on 6, you slap it out there, you've got the weapon on, you punch him in the face. Each of the legs now gains 2/2. This gains 8/8, and when you end your turn, it gains another 4/4. They have to answer the card. That's an awfully big board, and they don't have... You have Venomous Breath on the Pyromancer. You have Equality Consecrate, which you'll see ad infinitum out of those two classes. So Paladin and Death Knight are going to have endless amounts of control. Priest will probably play Shadow Word Ruin or For All Time. You'll probably see a lot of that coming back. You're going to see a high control meta. Warlocks don't really have anything. They're probably going to have to wait till 8 to play Twisting Nether, if they survive. Warriors can no longer brawl, so now you're talking damage them all with like Axe of the Forefathers or Axe of the Great Fathers or whatever, and do Bitter End so that kills 3 of them. If nothing else, you could just freeze them with Bitter End. But there's no real way to clear the board as a warrior anymore. I mean, you could, if you had armor, you could probably do like Shell NATO into Bitter End, and that would clear effectively the entire board, but that's 9 mana. Shell NATO would do a good job. You'd have 1 left on there. You could Bulwark of Azzinoth too. And that would just kind of prevent Wicker Fang from getting through, but everything else would die. But yeah, Quest Druid is going to love this card. I don't think it's bad. I like it. Old Traxian, 6 mana, 6 attack, 7 health. Battle Cry, herald your Colossal, reduce Deathwing's cost by 1, herald to improve. Holy crap. So with herald your Colossal, this is going to get slotted into every single herald deck. Does not matter. It's going to run it. Everybody's going to run it. This is going in my Priest deck. This is going in my Warrior. I'm going to make a quest, Deathwing quest Herald Warrior. You watch. It's going to be nasty. It'll be all over the place. I'll get it all figured out. Don't worry. I'm thinking about it. This is a good card. Guaranteed good card. I've got dust ready to make these cards if I need to. Magma. 7 mana, 2/12 Mech Beast, Colossal 99. Summon any leftover appendages when there is room. And it says Death Rattle, give a random minion to attack. So it's just play this on 7. Hunter never has board space. LOL. But isn't any good. You just hex it as a shaman. Hex this as a shaman, clear the board with Thunderclap. Laugh at the hunter for making a mistake. I don't see it. In Arena? Crazy. I don't see it though. Battlefield Blaster. Battlecry, choose a spell in your hand to give +1 spell damage. See, I like this. This in Arena is crazy. This in Standard is crazy. Burn Rogue is going to run the crap out of this. Imagine running 2 of these in Burn Rogue. You run this, you slap them down there, you choose your Chrono Daggers. You then play Morchi, prep into the Chrono Daggers, and now your Chrono Daggers are doing 5 per dagger, and it goes 6 to face. That's 30. Yeah. Burn Rogue, like I said, watch out for Burn Rogue. Chamber of Aspects, Paladin. Choose a minion in your hand, give it 2/2. That's it. But that's it. Why? I don't see it. Maybe Arena, but I don't see it. Light Maneuvers. 4 mana. Summon 2 4/2 Drakes and give your minions 1/1 and Divine Shield, but it shatters. So when that happens, you get flight maneuvers there for 4 mana, summon 2/4/2 drakes, and give your minions 1/1 and Divine Shield. And when it combines back into that. So it summons the drakes, makes them 5/3s with Divine Shield for 4 mana. Solid card. It will see play in a lot of Paladin rotations, a lot of Paladin lists. Even if they just play it for the shattered portions. Like Aura Paladin's probably going to run that, guaranteed. Supply run, shatter. Draw 3 minions, give minions in your hand +2/+2. 4 mana, draw 3, not bad. 4 mana, give your minions 2/2 is also not bad. I like it. I think every hunter's going to want to run it. Chromatus. Colossal 4, Taunt, Lifesteal, Elusive, Divine Shield. Green head. Gives taunt when it dies, remove taunt from it. Same thing can be said for Lifesteal, Elusive, and Divine Shield. This thing is going to be an absolute menace. An absolute menace. Now, that does not mean it's going to be undefeatable. Free Scott removal tools. Lots of them. Lots of good ones. I mean, between 4 all time and Shadow Word Ruin, this thing's dead meat. I hate to be that guy. Because you use 4 all time. Now it has no stats. It's just an 8/8 meatball. Okay. So you can control it. You could definitely control it with Priest. Death Knight might be able to control it too with their little explosion for the does 6 damage to all, or does 4 damage to everything. So yeah, there's ways. There's ways. Abyssian. 7 mana, 6/6 Battlecry. Your dragons have rushed this game. Well in hand, play a dragon to become a 12/12 dragon. So, Dragon Hunter, get him, play a dragon with him in your hand. He becomes a 12/12 with Rush. All your dragons have Rush. There's not a lot of dragon support in Hunter, though. Maybe they'll reveal more, but there's not a lot of dragon support. Envoy of the End. Taunt, Battlecry, Herald your Colossal. 5 mana, 5/4. Sure. Ragnaros, the Fire Lord. 8 mana, 8/8 Colossal 2. At the end of your turn, trigger your minions' death rattles. Hand to Ragnaros. Deal 2 damage to a random enemy, Herald twice to upgrade. And deal 2 damage to a random enemy, Herald twice to upgrade. Then you turn around and you play the 7 mana Endbringer Umbra and laugh at everybody because you're re-triggering every death rattle that happened. And making everybody look like a fool. Because you're going to run this in a slow deck with Quest, with Deos, with Umbra, and then you're going to go Deos into Umbra, double Battlecry, so then you get 10 death rattles, and then you're just going to make everybody look foolish. Deathwing Worldbreaker. Now this is going to be run in my Spell Demon Hunter card. Why? Because it's a hero card, and hero cards don't count as minions. I had a no-minion Reno Mage. Ran Lone Ranger. Same way with the Shaman. I had a control Shaman that ran Lone Ranger. That was a long time ago. It was like 4 years ago now. This is a really good card. This is going to be just like Reno. It's going to get nerfed. It's going to get nerfed. Just grab the nerf bat already. So, Battlecry, choose a Cataclysm, Unleash Herald twice to upgrade. Battlecry, choose 4 Cataclysms, Unleash is your maximum. So you have Battlecry, Herald, and you have Ruthless, which is gain 5 attack. That's your hero power. Topple, destroy the highest health enemy minion. Raise, deal 4 damage to all enemy minions. Enthrall, shuffle 5 random dragons into your deck. They cost 1. Dragon's Reign, summon a 12/12. Progeny. So, I mean, if I have to choose, I'm going to be like, as a Demon Hunter, play this on 10, I'm going to go Dragon's Reign, Raise if there's a board, or Topple if there's a big threat, and then I just win the game because I'm Spell Demon Hunter. LOLOL. Warmaster Blackhorn. Battlecry, destroy all cards that cost 2 or less in both players' hands and decks. I played a Brawl the other day where they had minions that had costs cut in half. I played him on 3, and it deleted the enemy's entire deck. Fun times. That's good times. They just literally conceded at that point. They were like, boom, you have bested me. Battle Cry Destroy, yeah. I mean, 7 mana. It's just Skulking Geist. It's Skulking Geist 2.0. But I want to look at one thing. It's in here, and it's the Eternal Hold. Eternal Hold. Discover any demon that costs 5 or more. If your deck has no minions, your next one costs 0. So, let's say you generate off of Solitude. I believe it's called Solitude. Yep, Solitude. Discover 2 minions. If your deck has no minions, reduce the cost of any in your hand by 2. So you play this, you discover the big Leviathan. You play another one, you discover the big Leviathan. Turn 6, you hit your Eternal Hold, and you drop your Leviathan for... And then just eat people's life totals, and then you're laughing at them with a 9/15 taunt that costs you absolutely nothing. But, you know, nothing's going to be absolutely toxic at all for Demon Hunter. Yeah. But that is my card review so far. I did not give a rating. I will give them ratings later when they're all done. And when they're all done, I will be able to give kind of insight into what's really going on. There's a lot of neutrals to come, as you can see. They have Priest coming up tomorrow, and everybody gets to see the Priest cards. Same way with some more neutrals. On the 23rd, there's another one that if you catch this stream, you can actually get a free pack of Cataclysm cards. You have to watch for 20 minutes. And I don't know what they're going to be revealing in that one. Or in that one. I don't know which ones they're going to be revealing. But anyway, after that you have more neutrals, more Priest cards, Shaman cards, and then the last 2 streams. And I'm going to watch all of them to get all the packs I possibly can, because I have over 6,000 gold saved up, and I'm probably going to be opening 70 packs of Cataclysm, and I've not spent a single dime doing it. This game can be played for free, and it doesn't take you all that much time or energy to do. People just don't like to do it. You know, you got 5, 10, 15 minutes throughout your day, throw down a couple of games of Hearthstone. It's good fun. They can be played for free. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I know I did. It almost seems like they're redefining a lot of the class identities, and I don't like the way they're trying to go with it. I really don't. Like making Rogue into Thief Rogue. It's like, okay, yeah. They need to bring back Secret Rogue. Because they had, you know, Shadow Jeweler Hanar. Matter of fact, let me... I think I have one... Yep. There he is. That's my boy. Shadow Jeweler Hanar. He was a blast. He was a blast to play in Ashes of Outland. Shadow Jeweler Hanar, 1/4. After you play a secret, discover a secret from a different class. So it was... You play him. You play... What was that? What was the secret? What was it called? It was called... Death, I think. Cheat Death. So you play Shadow Jeweler Hanar, you play Cheat Death. When it dies, it comes back to your hand, costs 2 less, and now he's free. So you play him, play Cheat Death. Oh wait, I got a new secret. It's in my hand. So you play Hanar for 0. You play your new secret, which could be Ice Block. It could have been Ice Barrier. It could have been Counterspell. And then you get another secret. And then you play it, and then you get another secret. And you just... And when you're at like turn 8 and you're dropping 5 secrets on the board, and they're from 4 different classes, because Paladins had secrets back then, Hunters had secrets, Mages had secrets, and Rogues had secrets, your opponent's going, what do I do? How do I play around it? I play a card, it could be Snipe, and then it dies. I play a card, it could be Explosive Runes, and then it dies twice. I play this other card, it could get... if I kill his minion, it could get popped back to his hand. I try to play a spell, it could be Oh My Yogg. It was great. It was great playing Secret Rogue back then. Secret Rogue was a great time, and they need to bring it back. And like the class identity anymore for Death Knight is just play Blood. Play Blood and Unholy. Don't worry, don't even play 2 Unholy. If you play more than 1 Unholy, you've already failed. Don't play Frost. Just play Blood. Just play Blood. And that's pretty much what it's gotten to. It's just Blood DK, Warriors, Slow, Control, Armor Warrior, and Rage Warrior is pretty much no longer a thing. Wished it was, because that was kind of fun back in the day. It fit with their class. But they're switching up the class identities a little bit, and I'm not too big of a fan of it. We'll see how it turns out. But the set looks pretty fun in and of itself. But I hope everybody has a fantastic evening, a wonderful tomorrow, and as always, have a good one.